Algebra 1 EOC review, question numero 7. That's number 7 for those of you that don't speak Spanish. No worries. The table here represents points on the graph of linear function g. Now, graph of g was translated down 10 units to create the graph of function h. Which statement comparing these graphs, the graphs of g and h, is true? I just want to remind you of something when it comes to translations. When you have a graph and you move it up or you move it down, what happens is all of the points move up or all of the points move down, but it does not change the steepness. These are all parallel. If you have a graph and you adjust the slope, then of course the steepness is changed because that's what you adjusted. In our description, what it says is that the graph was translated down 10 units. That means G is here, this is G, and this is H, and it's 10 units below. So let's go through these. Oh, helps if you can see the picture. Here's G. Here's H. Let's try this. So the x-intercept of the graph of G is 10 units to the right of the x-intercept of the graph of H. It doesn't say that we moved 10 units left or right. It was 10 units down. And here's the deal. Depending on how they said that, they could have used left or right if we had moved left or right. Let me give you an example. It says that we went down 10 units. So you can say that the x-intercept for y is 10 units, for h is 10 units below the x-intercept for g. Or you could say the x-intercept for g is 10 units above the x-intercepts for h. Both are true. Depends on your perspective. Either way, movement left or right is not what's going on here. Nor is it a steeper kind of deal like g, where the graph of g is steeper. Absolutely not. H says the y-intercept of the graph of g is 10 units above the y-intercept of the graph of h. Well, here's H and here's G. G would be above. So it's looking like option H is our deal. Let's look at J really quick. The graph of G is less steep. No, we said it's not about steepness. So the answer has got to be H, because that's the only one that deals with moving up and down. You would be amazed how many multiple choice questions you can get right by just knowing a few things here and there and eliminating stuff without even looking at the numbers that doesn't have to do with what you're dealing with. It's called process of elimination. It's very cool and useful.